And we're back to more Terrafirmacraft. As the world loads here, I like to reset the game sometimes, even if I don't have to, just to kind of refresh things and keep things really up to date and accurate. So today's episode, just to give you an idea, here we are in March, and at this particular longitude or latitude rather, I think that it's probably pretty important for us to go ahead and start planting. And I haven't really planned this out very well, so I think what I'm going to do... I don't have my shovel, but I could grab it real quick. By the way, you can see I put up these Douglas fir logs to begin my actual bridge here instead of the makeshift one down there, so that's going to be nice when that's done. And all this wood, by the way, I'm going to move a lot of it and use it to finish this building, which is about 90% done. Where's my shovel? There it is. I do have my shovel. Okay. And I will finish that out, I promise. But in the meantime, I'm going to work on some things today. So, ooh, I really can't do that. Well, okay. I'm going to put my shovel back. False alarm on the shovel there, guys. I'm going to grab my hoe instead. And we're going to grab... Oh, there's the Baroness. I'm gonna grab some seeds today. So I've got a lot of these sandwiches, but let's just grab as many seeds as we can. And I think I'm just gonna do this kind of arbitrarily. Now the best, by the way, I inadvertently broke that. The best practice here would be to, well, first of all, some of you are sitting there like telling me, why am I planting? Right now, my trees are still brown, for God's sakes, and it could snow at any moment, which is true. But I think I'm going to go ahead with it, and if it snows, I'll just replant after that again. So if I push M until I get to that little crop symbol there, and then that's... Oh, I guess I don't have enough skill in agriculture to know anything about this yet. I was going to look at the nature of each plot of land and see if there's soil nutrient information that would dissuade me from planting in that particular area. Like right now, for example, if you see tomatoes are, if I hold, I guess I don't have enough information about tomatoes to know which nutrient they are, although I can tell you from personal experience, tomatoes fall in a category called nutrient A plants, which are plants, mostly grains, but also tomatoes and a few, this is why some of you are telling me not to plant yet. I already got one seed on the ground, probably from freezing. So I'm going to have to be very vigilant about these plants until we know that it is warm enough for them to not die. And if they die, I need to freeze, that is, basically. I need to come over and immediately grab them off the ground. Now we're going to know more about that in just a second. Because when the sun goes down, my temperature should minimize for the day, and that should give me a pretty clear indication that... Oh, I've got some seeds of it. This was probably jute from last year. I guess the settings must be such that I don't lose the seed permanently. It automatically just stays there. Anyway, I guess we'll know pretty soon once the sun sets if we're going to lose any of these guys. Put some barley in there. Now, as my agriculture skill improves, these plants are going to do better as far as giving me seeds and as far as producing crops go for me. So just keep that in mind. I've got 3 more rye left. Okay, so that side of the river is complete. I'm very worried that a lot of these plants, I think I have an overabundance of nutrient A plants, and there's no way we would necessarily know that because right now my skill at agriculture is just adept, not expert or anything yet. But as we progress, we will learn more about that, I suppose. But let me go to the other side of the riverbank over here. It's convenient that I'm planting over there at night because the baddies will start to come out here very soon. Okay. And it's not gonna yeah, I was worried about that. So it's not gonna let me plant the sugarcane at all because it is too cold right now to do so. But I will plant pretty much everything else. Sugar is a warm weather crop, and we will be able to grow sugar in this location. We did last year. We just have to plant at the appropriate time, and the appropriate time is probably more like April for that. In fact, I am absolutely confident that I'm going to lose some of these seeds. If not overnight, then certainly by the morning, or by the next few days. Okay, let's go ahead and continue. Our corn, our maize, rather. Again, a lot of type A plants there. But shouldn't make a difference, really. At least not a big difference. Okay, Mr. Spider, why are you so close to me? I thought my spawn protection would have prevented you from getting over here. Well, another string. That'll be useful. Okay, let me eat a little bit here and get back over where I was. By the way, I am not doing the best on a couple of types of trees. They're not giving me the saplings that I was hoping for, and so they're running a little sparse. Oh my goodness, what is up with the spiders? Yeah, Mr. Spider, you're gonna have to go away. Okay. I only have one onion. So I'm probably actually going to want to go on an expedition anyway. 2 potatoes, 1 onion, 3 squash. Not a lot of certain types of crops, okay? So probably want to go on an expedition, probably up north at some point anyway, as we continue our series. But I'm going to go ahead and store the jute back here for now. Now the other thing I'm really interested in doing... okay, so I built this fireplace off camera. And I think I want to move it, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually put it right adjacent to the staircase facing this way and put a throne room setting right on the other side. What I think I need to do before I do that actually is I need to move all my storage out of here so I can get a sense of how big this space is going to actually be. I wish I could sleep. I'm going to have to work on wool in the near future too. I might start a sheep farm. I mean, I will eventually. Anyway, but in the meantime, I do want to start a charcoal pit. I want to build a cellar. That's the other thing I want to do. Let me show you about the cellar while we're waiting. So I'm waiting on these crops to see if they're gonna survive here. And I want to stick around home for a few days, probably just to make sure I don't have any issues where I'm going to need to replant all my crops. So far, they all look pretty good. I'm not seeing any seeds on the ground other than just that one jute initially. So I think we're right on the border of where it's probably going to be okay. I got that potato from a zombie, by the way. Okay, so while we're waiting on that, we're going to investigate some of these other possibilities. By the way, today's episode, I'm going to try to keep relatively short. Mostly because it's late here. I just saw the new Star Wars movie. This is just a few days after it came out, so it's still relatively fresh, and it was very exciting. Not going to spoil it, of course, but I'm guessing if you're watching this, you've probably already seen it. Statistically, I think that's just likely. So you probably are at once amazed and impressed and also traumatized. Can I get an amen on that? Okay, so I've got, I keep throwing these sticks away. I just get so many when I do my wood harvesting that I have to keep throwing them away. But I harvested quite a bit on that mountain too, and what I'm ultimately thinking is as this bridge gets developed, I might even make another bridge, and then I'll have a path that goes down here to a couple little houses, a bridge with houses and stuff over there, some stuff down here. Maybe one of the farms could be down here. Who knows? And then the amphitheater is right there. By the way, something really cool happened on my YouTube page. Now, I don't get a ton of views yet. Hopefully someday I will, but right now we're talking in the dozens, not even necessarily hundreds, or certainly not thousands. But I got one commentary from somebody who wanted me to name something after him. So he wanted me to name something Chalin, Chalin. Happy to do so. Appreciate the feedback. I'm thinking possibly naming this hill, or maybe this tall hill here, Chalin Hill. Like right there. I mean, let's just do it. Okay. Chalin Hill. I hope I spelled that correctly. If I didn't spell that right, I will correct it. Actually, I think it's one L. But I will double check that, and if I didn't spell it right, I will fix it later. So that's going to be... Where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay, right there. That's pretty cool. Might want to raise the elevation a little bit so it looks a little bit more prominent, but otherwise it looks pretty cool. Okay, and we're going to take this zombie out. Still waiting on my zombie to drop a wrought iron ingot. We are way behind in that department. Ingots in general we're not doing the best on in this LP. Probably because I have not been as successful in my copper mining as I usually like to be. Okay, so while we're waiting, overnight especially, to see if those crops survive, one thing I would like to do is go ahead and take a look at the Cellars mod. So far I'm not seeing any obvious problems with our crops, so that's a good sign. And it should be daylight any minute now over there. There's still some snow up there, I guess, but I'm thinking that's residual. So let's go ahead and check out the Cellars mod. So if we do cellar, we get these. Now, there's this thing called an ice saw, and I could make one eventually, but I need a forge, and I'm not really ready to do that. So I'm going to focus on a more practical concern, and that is the cellar wall. So I basically have all of the ingredients to make a cellar wall, and I think cellar walls are designed to, so you get this ice bunker, and then you put your cellar walls around that, and the ice bunker stores snow or ice in a way that keeps the room cool. So let me grab a thing of straw and a thing of clay. I've got my axe. I might just grab some of these loose planks. By the way, I forgot that I had those in there, so I'm going to put these up with my other ones. It's becoming daylight, which is a good sign, and I will do a spot check once it's fully daylight to see how my crops are doing. March 8th. By the way, I've determined that there are 10 days in each month, not 30 in this game. So, Star Wars was great, guys. Highly recommend it. Very impressed. Well done. Good balance between old and new. Good balance between established actors and new actors. Good balance between humor and drama. It's just really, really well done all around. Couldn't be happier. Very fun movie. A little traumatic at times. Oh, look at those leaves. That is so cool. Love being up here, by the way. Okay, so Cellars mod. Let's do this. I'm going to need more wood. So let's come down here and grab some of our more abundant wood. Let's just grab a shit ton of maple. 'Cause if I don't use it for this, I'm going to use it for my framing up there anyway. And by the way, where am I going to put my ladder down to the dungeon? Well, I've determined that the best place would be to make this into the walkway down. So I'm probably going to move all these. By the way, I'm sure that's done, yeah. So that sugar, and it's starting to decay already. I've only got 10 ounces of it. Probably, now I can make rum out of that, and I might, but for now I'm just going to store it in here. Ooh, I haven't really done this for a while. Yeah, probably need to. This is why I'm making the cellar as we speak, because all this stuff is starting to get less than fresh, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so all the fruits are back. Good. And let's do these. good. I still have a lot of grains. I mean, we still have a lot of food overall, actually. We're doing very well on food. We still have a ton of storage. I mean, think about this. This is basically 1 year after we started here on episode, what are we on? Episode 8? Something like that. So we're basically a year out, and we have all this food, and that's a hell of a lot farther ahead than we were last year at this time. So, and by the way, on this table, although you wouldn't necessarily think about it, these things rot too. So go ahead and clean those off from time to time. Okay, so we've got our olive, tomato, meat, cheese, and bread sandwich. I'll go ahead and create a couple more of those, I guess. Probably just keep creating those until I run out, but they've been great, by the way. Look at my total hit points, 1181. That's going way up. Okay, so let's get, well, I don't know why I have the chisel per se, but let's make a ton of planks here. Or, well, we'll make plenty of planks, but let's start out with our ice bunker. So 2, and then lumber on the sides. So we'll go boom, boom, and then boom, 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 boom. And that is your ice bunker, so that's great. Okay, and then the next one, and really this is the one that we need the most of. It's going to be these cellar walls, which are corners with straw and clay alternating on sides. So what we basically need to do is we need to take a thing of lumber and go like this. Okay, and then we will take our clay and go like this. Oops. And we'll take this and we'll go like this. Okay, and that's going to give us 9, and then we need more lumber. By the way, these are not wood specific, so I can go like this, and that'll stack there, and then I can go like this, and that'll stack there. That's a good way to use up some extra lumber. And then I made too many planks, didn't I? So let's go ahead and take these guys back, and we're just going to make a shit ton of these because we're going to need a lot of them. So let's go ahead and just cut the whole damn stack of maple, and that'll give us 32 more. So that should be a good size cellar. Easy recipe to remember, by the way. By the way, I wonder if I can do this. Probably not. No. Okay, so you just, oops, you just alternate them like that. Okay. And we've got some leftover lumber. I guess I could get some straw and some clay and make some more, but let's start with that. So what I'm going to do, just temporarily, I know that it's a huge mess in here, guys. I'm really sorry about that. I'm just going to move these. I can move them outside, as inconvenient as that would be, but I think I'm going to do it just temporarily, just to get them out of the way, because I really need access to this area. I'm going to seal them all, and then we're going to start digging down for our cellar, for our actual cellar. And actually, I think I've got this kind of plan in my head where we make a hallway, and in one area of the hallway is our cellar, and another area of the hallway might be our prison or our sewer or something like that. You know, I'm not really sure all what's going to be down there, but downstairs stuff is going to be downstairs, and I'm not sure what all that is going to include. You know, if I really wanted to be comprehensive about this, I could put a blacksmith down there and make it kind of an underground lair. I could put an alchemy lab. I could put anything, really. By the way, magically, there are some add-ons and mods that work with this. Thaumcraft I've seen Ars Magica. I didn't include any magic mods, I don't think, in mine. Mine is, I'm trying to be pretty realistic in mine, so just for what it's worth, keep that in mind. Okay, so we're going to stick this about there. And then definitely want to maybe think about color coding my barrels for the future as well. The Baron is helping out today, as you can probably tell. Some good old Terrafirmacraft music. Okay, so another thing that I wanted to mention as we continue this episode is the fact that I was perplexed to see, not perplexed, but a little surprised.
I didn't realize this was a thing.
But apparently, because the change in coding between Minecraft 1.7 and Minecraft 1.8, there's a effort apparently underway now to make Terrafirmacraft 2. Alright, so I'm gonna go, oops, I'm just gonna get rid of all of these, and then I'm gonna go like this. I'm gonna get, oh, I should really chisel those so I can save the chiseled stones. Yeah, I'll do that. So Terrafirmacraft 2 is being worked on as we speak. Oh, I need a hammer. I think I used my hammer against a random battle with a skeleton. So Terrafirmacraft 2 is designed to be a complete rework of the game. It's not even the same game really. It's designed to be a 1.8 coded. You know, I'm not going to say version. I'll say more like it's a sequel. It's a completely different game. It's going to have the same branding, of course, obviously, but it's going to be a different game altogether. Okay, so obviously then the next one, I'll put these guys. And I think I will just go down pretty much as far as this naturally feels like how far I should go. It's kind of nice having this many mud bricks because I can just easily make the stairs follow that nicely. And it's nice digging directly into stone like this. Normally when you dig down in TFC or any other Minecraft really, you get these situations where you have to spend like 10 or 12 layers of dirt before you can get to the good stuff. So it's convenient that we don't have to worry about that. Also convenient is the fact that these mud bricks are gravity sensitive, so we don't have to worry, or not gravity sensitive, so we don't have to worry about a collapse. What I probably should do is mine these out and make this whole thing mud brick, but I digress. I keep saying that in this series, I digress. If that annoys you, I apologize. Coming up on the holidays, by the way, today is December 22nd. It's very early in the morning. But yeah, I spent some time at work today reading up on on TFC2. So, okay, so I think this is actually probably a pretty good floor to have this at because it gives us 3. So let's make this our hallway. And I'm going to have to dig this out a little bit, and I think what I'm going to need to do is probably take some measurements so I can keep my build consistent with the floor above it when I'm running low on food there. Go ahead and eat a sandwich. These sandwiches are just great. See how my max health went up to 1196 now? Just great. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is the wall. 7, 8 to the end. So let's do 6 forward. So 1, 2. This will be 3. And this will be 4 up there. And boy, this is a good way to get smooth stone. I was worried about that up there because I was kind of mining into my hill where my bridge is connecting to, and I'm glad I don't have to worry about that if I needed a source of smooth stone. I mean, that's helpful for the chimney and whatnot because the chimney is going to be mostly smooth stone. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 more. And just to kind of demonstrate this, I'm just going to go like this so that I have the edge marked off. Now what I think I want to do ultimately is maybe curve it to the left because that's what my building upstairs does as well. And then once I curve it to the left, maybe my cellar can be on the left. So basically to my left right now as I'm sitting there. So I think what I might do is pause this and do a little bit of work off camera and then join you once I've got an area dug out that's pretty secure and that will make a good cellar. So I'll be back in just a few minutes and I'll show you what I've got. Okay, and we're back. So I dug out this entire area. It took forever. And then I made a bunch of these cellar blocks. Again, to make them, I'm going to need more anyway. You just go up and you grab some clay and some of this straw. I'm glad I had surpluses of both, by the way. And then you're going to need some logs. Probably not going to have enough here, but let's just see how many we can make here. And then you grab straw, you put it in like that, and the clay, and boom. And let's see if I can come up with just a few more here. Yeah. And I'll have to get some more logs, but you get the idea. So let me at least start this construction. This is going to be a bigger project than I realized at the time. Because I want to make the full-size cellar, so you need 9 by 9 by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 9. Now I went ahead and put this block right here in the middle. This is the ice bunker. You're going to put your ice and snow and stuff in there. But then you need to build this out, and you do so, that's neat, like this. Alright, and this is, by the way, based on the diagram on the mod's website. They say start out like this. This way you know you're getting your 1, 2, oops. Oh boy, that takes, do I need an axe? Oh yeah, it's an axe, okay. That way you know you're getting your 3 on each side plus 1 in the middle for 7 total interior space. So, and then they say, going back to the website now, just build this out from here. So, again, this is a very block-intensive structure, but in the end, it'll definitely be worth it. By the way, I think I'm going to make this the door. So I think I'm going to just leave that blank for now. Okay, so we're just going to build this out. I don't think I'm going to have quite enough, but I'll have close. I'll be able to do all but the ceiling, maybe, with the current amount of blocks that I have. Because 9 times 4 times, well actually let's do 8 times 4 times 4 gives me the walls, and then 7 by 7 for each floor and the ceiling. So let's see, 8 by 4 by 4, yeah, it's a lot. But it does look pretty cool, and the functionality is one of the most functional things you can make in Terrafirmacraft, I suppose. So you just keep going like this. By the way, you can see I ran into the dirt there, and the stone and the wood from above as well. So that's kind of appropriate that we're really taking up the exact same dimensions as the building itself. And, you know, I didn't plan for that. That's just a really miraculous coincidence. But, you know, when you're designing your structure, when you play this game, you might consider doing the same, because it sure is cool when it works out like this. See, this is the exact same dimensions as the building. That is the edge of the building right there, the interesting texture there. Ooh, and I really should put some filler in there. I guess I could put a plank in. That's just filler, guys. Okay. By the way, the king keeps coming downstairs, which is kind of cool. He's like, oh, I've got a new section of my castle. By the way, this does really feel like a basement with this cellar in here. So let me just get the outline. My right mouse button is highly sensitive, like it's overly sensitive, so I should probably get that replaced at some point. But so as you can see, I'm a little over halfway done. That means I'm going to need a shit ton more of those blocks. So I'm going to grab 2 more full stacks of clay. I'm glad I got all that extra clay. And I'm going to grab the rest of my straw, and that's probably not even going to be enough, but it'll get us pretty close, and we'll finish it off camera. Gosh, I guess I'll start with the pine. Waiting on those Douglas fir trees to grow so I can keep working on the bridge as well. Okay, so we'll go ahead and make these into lumber. You can do 32 at a time pretty conveniently here. And I think I'm going to need more lumber as well. And another 32 here. And then, starting to run low on materials. That's okay. Yeah, we need more straw at this point. So I'm gonna collect up my extra materials there and see how far this gets us. And then I'll probably do some of the rest off camera. Okay, so I'm gonna eat something real quick too while I'm at it. Fortunately, it's spring again, which means that all of the long grass has regrown. By the way, you have to do a ceiling like this, so I'm gonna start that just to remind myself that that's something that I've got to do as well. You can leave a little gap for the door there like that. Okay, and yeah, I should have probably brought, well, I did. Can I put that in there? I wasn't sure if I could put that in there or not. I think I do have to keep it above the ground though, which is slightly unfortunate. I wish I could leave it like that, because that looks kind of cool. Oops. So I need 9, 10, 11 more. 11 more, which means 22 clay, 22 straw, and 44 wood, or lumber. So I think I'll get the straw, because I think that's the thing I'm missing the most of right now. Probably need about 2 more logs as well. I'll just take 4. And let's just go do this. It's we're so close, we might as well. In the spring, all of these long grasses grow back, so you can just go ahead and harvest them. I used the wrong tool. I will have to remember that I used up all of my straw on this project and make a concerted effort to gather more from time to time. Same with the wood, but the wood I'm doing anyway. I'm constantly gathering wood because wood is the most ubiquitous building material in the game. Okay, let's see what I've got now. Okay, so if I make those, that's 6, and I need 11. So I'll do that. 8. 9. Ooh, I'm very close. I need just a little bit more wood. I think one more log will do it, actually. But I'll do 2 just in case. Okay, so we'll break that down. Split those up. Also, this is definitely going to bankrupt me in the clay department for a little while. So, okay, there we go. I've got 2 clay and 14 straw remaining total. Not a healthy store. Okay, I've got 57 clay. I lied. But only 14 straw, and even 57 clay, that's not very much. So with my remaining blocks, we'll go down here. And then, by the way, that's not the end of it. That's just the main structure. Okay, so we've got a cellar structure now. Now we have to make a couple of other blocks. We have to make a door. Ooh. Do I have to build... Ah, yeah, I gotta build out... Okay, guys, I misled you. I need to build a door here. So I think I'm gonna do that in the next episode. By the way, I'm gonna need 2 of these cellar doors, which are boom, boom, boom. So I think I've got enough material for that, actually, so that's not so bad. But I think I need to put more cellar blocks around here, so I'll probably test that out, and we'll pick it up here next time on Let's Play Terrafirmacraft. Thank you for watching, and Professor Snuggles is looking out for you.